What defines the legacy we leave for our children? Is it not our actions, our values, and the way we choose to live our lives? These are the questions we ponder today. A few days ago, a familiar pair was spotted in a supermarket. A mother was selecting cherries from a distance, occasionally popping one or two into her mouth. Her son, a grade schooler in his uniform, was imitating his mother's actions, picking cherries and tasting them from time to time. Why call them familiar? Because they were seen in this very supermarket 2 or 3 years ago. Back then, the little boy was only 3 or 4 years old. His mother was busy pulling free plastic bags provided by the supermarket. The little boy, showing a sense of responsibility beyond his years, helped his mother by collecting the free plastic bags and filling a large bag with them. This was a time when plastic bags were still allowed in the supermarket, and many people took advantage of their availability for miscellaneous uses at home. Later on, it was reported that a considerable amount of toilet paper went missing from public restrooms as it was provided for free. As a result, toilet paper in public restrooms is now kept under lock and key. Why mention all this? It's because it brings to mind the words from today's scripture. The sin of Judah is engraved with an iron tool, inscribed with a flint point on the tablets of their hearts and on the horns of their altars. Even their children remember their altars and Asherah poles beside the spreading trees and on the high hills. This suggests that the actions and words of parents leave a profound imprint on the tender hearts of their children. It's an indelible mark that stays with them as they grow up. This reminds us of the old saying, "The binding of river ice is not due to one day's cold. The accumulation of soil into a mountain does not happen in a single moment. It takes a long process for water to freeze and turn into ice, and for a tiny droplet of water to wear a hole in a rock." The prophet Jeremiah says that Judah's sin is engraved on their hearts. This implies that their habit of doing evil has become deeply ingrained, almost beyond redemption, and even passed down to their descendants. The only way out is for God to remove from them their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 11:19b. Only through enduring painful baptisms and transformations can they see the dawn of rebirth. In the middle part of this passage, a poetic method is used, incorporating elements of wisdom and instructive poetry. It shares similarities with the expressions found in the Psalms and Proverbs in the scripture. For example, "Cursed is the one who trusts in man, who draws strength from mere flesh, and whose heart turns away from the Lord." That person will be like a bush in the wastelands. They will not see prosperity when it comes. They will dwell in the parched places of the desert, in a salt land where no one lives. Jeremiah 17:5, 6. But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes, its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit. Jeremiah 17:7, 8. And then there's verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? And verse 11. Like a partridge that hatches eggs it did not lay are those who gain riches by unjust means. When their lives are half gone, their riches will desert them, and in the end they will prove to be fools. These widely circulated Bible verses help us to understand the truth, discern right from wrong, handle affairs with wisdom, righteousness, fairness, and integrity, enlighten the foolish, and provide knowledge and strategy to the young. The incidents in the supermarket and their implications serve as a reminder of the deep influence our actions can have on the people around us, especially our children. It is a call to live responsibly, to be aware of our actions and their consequences. It's a lesson on the importance of setting a good example, as our actions today can influence the generations of tomorrow. It's a call to turn away from our heart of stone, embrace a heart of flesh, and strive to leave a positive and meaningful legacy for our children.